Hey, so we have a strength focus for you today. And with our 3 levels as normal, so we have your Sizzler, your Flaming, and your Torched. You've got 2 different blocks. So you've got block A and block B again. So again, mix and match if you need to and you want to. Starting off with block A, we all have side lunges. Okay, so they can all be done the same way for everyone. Okay, so start standing tall. Then you're going to take a step out sideways. Probably bigger than a normal step, but also if you feel uncomfortable going too wide, narrow it off a little bit. Then from there, you're going to kind of do like a squat into that leg and then press yourself back up. So that'll be 1, then for 2. Okay, so if you want to go a little bit wider, you're more than welcome. If you feel comfortable, if you feel more comfortable being a little bit narrow, then just go a little bit narrow, okay? So the EL in your programs, you'll see here next to all of your reps, you've got 12 EL, that is each leg. So you'll do all 12 on one leg before you then move on to the other leg, okay? Then exercise number 2, you then have your side-to-side push-ups. So Sizzlers, you guys are going to be doing it kneeling, okay? So knees will be on the floor. Then just like a normal push-up, so hands underneath your shoulders, you're going to then take one hand out towards the side, so right hand towards the right. You then go down into your press-up position before pushing back to the middle. Then you switch to the other arm, okay? So I'll just move out of the way so you can see that. So go again, so then out to the side, push back up and in, then you go the other way, okay? So that's going to be 1 each side, so it'll be 1 to the right, then 2 to the left. So that means you'll be halving your reps in the program in each direction. So for you Sizzlers, you'll do 6 to the right, 6 to the left. Flaming, you'll do 8 to the right, 8 to the left, and same with the Torched, okay? Then from there, you are moving into your side plank. So we have 3 levels. So Sizzlers, you guys are going for a bent knee version. So laying on your side, tuck your heels behind your knees with your elbow underneath your shoulder. Then from there, pushing your hips up towards the ceiling, and you're going to hold that position for 15 seconds each side. Flaming group, you're going to go for a straddle version. So you're going to then poke the legs out straight and then straddle the top leg in front of the bottom, pushing the hips out, holding that position for 30 seconds each side. And then with the Torch, guys, you guys are just going to go for a full side plank. So feet in a straight line, top leg on top of the bottom, holding the hips up and holding for 30 seconds each side. All right, so you're going to go for your sets. So Sizzlers, you got 3 sets. Flaming, you got 4 sets. Torch, you guys have 5 sets. Then you move on to section B.
Okay, so section B, again, different exercises. Actually, no, the first one, you've all got the same. So first exercise is a sumo squat. So on this one, you want to take your legs slightly wider than you are used to. So take a nice wide stance, turn your toes slightly outwards, so 10 to 2, as you would see on a clock, is where your toes want to go. So from there, you're then going to drive the knees forward, sit yourself down into that squat, and then you're going to bring yourself back up. So as you can see, the squat is dropping down, keeping it nice and low as you can go. Again, if your range of movement is a little bit less, that's fine. Just work through that movement. Just keep the legs nice and wide so it turns into a sumo squat. Okay, so that's the first exercise. Again, you've all got the same one across your programs. Just make sure that you just check your reps because the reps will differ slightly. The second one, I've completely forgotten the second one. Sorry, guys. Straight arm plank. So if you're doing the Sizzler option, you've got a straight arm plank. So make sure, again, your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Keep your bum nice and tight, hips tucked under. Round your shoulders off slightly at the top, and you should be able to feel that one nice and tight in the core. Squeeze it nice and tight, squeeze your bum. So that is your easier option for your Sizzler. If you are going to go for a harder variation, what we're going to do is we're going to try bear crawls. So depending on your space in your room, you can go for more reps forward, more reps back. Otherwise, what you're going to do is you're going to pop yourself on all fours. Again, make sure your hands underneath your shoulders. Then what you're going to do is you're going to lift your knees off the floor, but you want to make sure that your shins are parallel with the floor. Okay, then from there, keeping your back nice and straight, you're going to move one arm forward and the opposite leg. So opposite arm and leg goes forward, then you'll take another step, moving the opposite arm and leg. Once you've obviously gone forward a few reps, then you can start reversing the movement. Again, opposite arm, opposite leg backwards. So as Jake's shown you there, he's doing 2 forward, 2 back. Depending again on your space, if you want to just go forward because you've got the room, you can. Just make sure you keep nice and low to the ground on that one and don't stick your bums in the air. So that's your option if you want to go for the flaming and the torch. Again, reps will change. And the very last exercise you've got for that one, again, you've all got the same. So you've all got crunches. So feet flat on the floor, knees up towards the ceiling, hands just resting on your temples. And then from there, you're going to lift your shoulders off the floor, up and down, really thinking about pulling that stomach in towards the floor. Get your shoulders up and squeeze and crunch. And that is your exercises for your section B. So again, work through it, work through your sets and your reps as is stated on the program, and hopefully you will find that one quite interesting.